Thank you for tuning in to World Interactive, a program that informs you about Japan, where we can exchange stories and ideas with the listeners around the world. I'm Sumi Zushi, and I hope you had a pleasant week. Today is 10th of May, and I am joined by Miss Kimie Oshima in Just for Laughs. Tomorrow is the second Sunday in May, and it's Mother's Day in Japan and at least 60 other countries, including Austria, New Zealand, Finland, Bahamas, Cyprus, the Philippines, Brazil, Ghana, and the United States. What's everyone up to? What special things do you do on Mother's Day? Do you send out cards and flowers or treat your mother to a dinner out? Or are you extravagant enough to take them on a holiday? I have a friend originally from Thailand who wrote to tell me that Mother's Day is on 12th of August and celebrates the Queen's birthday. In the villages, mothers and children go to the temple together in the morning, or they would tak bat, which is to prepare food in the evening to be placed in monks' alms bowls as they pass by their house before dawn as a way of making merit. The whole day is dedicated to mothers, and it's to ensure she has a relaxing and pampered day. In the UK, its proper name is Mothering Sunday, and the history of it is quite different to how we celebrate Mother's Day today. It's 2 weeks before Easter Sunday during Lent, a 40-day period in which the Christians learned and confirmed their faith. And in the 1600s, children who worked as apprentice or servants were allowed to return home once a year, and visit their mother church as opposed to their local small churches. And it was said they'd gone a-mothering, hence the term Mothering Sunday. Well, over in Japan, we've adopted Mother's Day from the United States, and it's a common practice to give cards and flowers, particularly carnations, as a gift. Interestingly, Anna Jarvis, who established Mother's Day in the US, became heavily against the day's commercialization and said that sending greeting cards was a poor excuse for the letter you are too lazy to write. She also said she wanted it to be a day of sentiment, not profit. Well, when I was really young, I was never really given pocket money as such, so I used to make these handmade vouchers called katatatakiken for my mother and also for my grandmother for free shoulder massages by me. When I say massage, it's more like tapping the shoulders with clenched fists to ease muscle tension. But anyway, I remember never getting around to using the vouchers, never getting around to doing the massage. But anyway, it's the thought that counts, eh? Let's take a look at the mailbox now. Helmut Matt from Germany says, it's always a pleasure to listen to Radio Japan. 30 minutes per day is not much, but NHK programs are full of information, always interesting and highly informative. Sometimes pretty entertaining as well. That's good to hear. My favourite is still World Interactive. That's also very good to hear. The mix out of mailbox, music and interview is pretty nice. It's amazing to hear listeners' opinions from all parts of the world. Well, Helmut, Dankeschön and alles Gute zum Muttertag. Now here's Miss Kimie Oshima just joining me in the studio for Just for Laughs. Hello, Kimie-san.
Hello.
How are you today?
Doing great. I just came back from Golden Week. I had a great time.
Oh, you went away, didn't you?
Yes,
managed to get away.
Just for a while by the ocean. That was very nice.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Yes. Well, today I would like to talk a few things about Japanese English because Japanese are famous for not speaking good English. I don't know if it's true. We're doing pretty good here.
Yes.
But at least there are some stories. Here's one. A friend of mine went to San Francisco and I went to buy bus ticket. He said, to downtown. Then 2 tickets came out from the ticketing window. So he thought, he said it wrong. He said, oh no, okay, for downtown. Then 4 tickets came out.
Oh, no.
Of course, and he didn't know what to say, so he said, "Ito, means well." In Japanese, we say "ito." And then, of course, 8 tickets came out.
Oh, poor guy.
I know, so he just gave up and bought 8 tickets for himself. Extra 7 tickets.
Oh, but it must be obvious to the person selling the ticket. There's only one person asking for the ticket.
I think he was just joking around.
Okay.
When I perform rakugo in English abroad, I say, Japanese are not good at English. Even though we learn English for at least 6 years at school, Japanese never be good at English. But it is because English textbook is bad in Japan. The first sentence we learn at school is, "This is a pen." But do you ever have to say that? You pick up your pen and say, "Oh, this is a pen." You never use that sentence in daily life.
No. But nowadays they say, "This is a mouse."
Instead,
because they don't use pencils anymore. They use the computers.
I didn't quite get it immediately when you say, "This is a mouse." But that's true. You use mouse instead of pen.
Yes.
Just for your information, these days we don't use such English textbooks. It usually now starts with, "Hello, nice to meet you." I guess it's more natural.
Yeah, that's better.
With "This is pen," something you cannot use. But then after "This is a pen," we learn, "Is this a table?" No, it's a chair. What a stupid question. A chair does not look like a table. But then we learn, "Am I a girl?" What a question. Nobody asks such a question.
I hope you know if you're a girl or not.
Well, some people might not just know it.
Okay.
The Japanese don't get to learn good English in Japan, and that's why we're not good at it. And then most foreigners would understand when I tell this story, then they understand, oh, that's why Japanese are not good at it. But I guess any foreign textbooks are about the same. You know, first you learn nonsense sentences because you have limited vocabularies. And some rakugo performers says on a stage, they say, "Hi everyone, I'm from Japan. So my English might sound strange to you. Do you understand my English? Yes? Oh no, what? You don't? Oh, well, that's okay. Neither do I."
That's a pretty good impression.
He does that pretty well. It's funny. Or some say something like this. Japanese are not good at speaking English. And Japanese are not good at telling jokes. And Japanese are not good at speaking in public either. And I'm doing all that at once now. Isn't that amazing?
It is actually. Perhaps you're not Japanese. You just pretend to be Japanese.
To be Japanese.
Because Japanese are usually very shy.
I know.
To be telling jokes in English, that's amazing.
Or speaking in public.
Yes, yeah.
Well, in fact, I don't believe that the Japanese are all that so bad at English. But like you said, because we're shy people,
Yes.
we're just hiding our skills of speaking English, I suppose. But people like to make a big deal about making small mistakes, and then people are big on telling funny experiences because of that. A friend of mine was staying at the hotel, and one day he asked a doorman to get him a taxi. He said, "Excuse me, call me taxi, okay? Can you call me taxi? Taxi. Please call me taxi." And the doorman got him a taxi right away. But then, from the next day, the doorman started calling him taxi with a big smile. Like every morning when he sees this guy, says, "Oh, good morning, Mr. Taxi. How are you doing this morning?"
Oh, I guess you said taxi too many times.
Yes. He wanted to make sure that he gets a taxi.
Yes.
This guy is actually a friend of mine, and he's a really funny person, and especially when we travel in a big groups, he does funny things on the street. When he was passing by a marine park, there was a large statue of shark with his mouth wide open. It looked scary. And then suddenly he put his head into the mouth of the shark and started screaming, "Kill me! Kill me! Please, someone!"
Oh.
He did it so loudly, and there was a crowd of people watching him laughing, but he was not happy about it. Later he was wondering, why didn't anybody try to help me? I thought with that big crowd, someone would have. And I was confused. I didn't know what he meant. But then I found out that he meant to say, the shark is killing me. It's killing me. Please, somebody help me. But I guess he said it a bit wrong, so nobody helped him.
So I think people just thought he was doing a stand-up comedy or something, or a street performance.
It looked like a real performance, really.
Yeah. He sounds like a right comedian. Your friend.
Yeah, so people just stand there and enjoyed him. Also, he was also trying to catch a bus one day, and the bus was about to close the door and leave. Then he ran and shouted at the bus, stop me, please. And of course he meant, stop the bus for me, please. But people along the street was laughing because he was running, chasing the bus, said, stop me. Nobody really stopped him, but
nobody stopped him.
But it was funny watching the whole thing. And so, okay. In that sense, some Japanese make mistakes and then say funny things in English because I guess our English textbooks are bad.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I say, please enjoy it. Please enjoy Japanese English because it's funny, and I enjoy it quite.
Yeah, you definitely seem to be enjoying it, and can I just say though, what you're doing is really incredibly hard though. Like, humor is not necessarily universal, and making people laugh in a foreign language is also very challenging. But what's funny in Japan might not be funny in other countries.
Right.
So what you're doing is really brave, I think.
Oh, it's fun too.
It's fun too. Well, how did you get into English rakugo in the first place?
It was about 10 years ago when I started. It was about 10 years ago, and I guess I simply wanted to change the image of Japanese being not funny or not having sense of humor at all. I get that all the time when I travel or when I go somewhere different, and people always tell me Japanese have no sense of humor, right? Or do Japanese ever laugh? Do you guys joke? And I thought I wanted to change the image because we do have sense of humor, but just the way of delivery is different, and I guess our sense of humor do not go through. So this might be a way of showing that we are funny, friendly people.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's great. But you always seem like you're enjoying yourself. But do you?
I do.
I mean, you are enjoying yourself. You don't find. I mean, it's not just. It's hard work as well, though. It must be to make people laugh. And
I have to enjoy it. Otherwise, I couldn't have done it for 10 years.
Yeah, and I guess you have to enjoy it to make other people feel like they're
I shouldn't feel like I'm being laughed at. I'm making people laugh, and I feel great.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your amusing stories.
Thank you.
And listeners, please let us know your funny and perhaps embarrassing encounters with English as well.
Yes, that would be great.
Yep. And, of course, you can write to us at World Interactive Radio Japan, NHK, Tokyo, 150801 Japan. The email address is nhkworld@nhk.jp. That's nhkworld@nhk.jp, and please write WI in the subject box. Okay, let's go back to a mailbox now. We have a message from Joseph Malvihill from Ireland. Joseph is from a town called Killarney, which is in a southwestern county of Ireland. I've always wanted to go to Ireland myself, actually, for its beautiful landscape. Anyway, he wrote to say, I would like to know what flower is the emblem of Japan. We have lots of Japanese gardens which are beautiful. I know that Japan is a beautiful country and the people are very warm and friendly. Well, thank you very much for that. Well, chrysanthemum is the flower for the Japanese imperial family, and thus the nation. And I think cherry blossom is also considered as the flower of Japan.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, and we have a message from April. She didn't say where she's from. Maybe she can write us again. She says, I very much like listening to your British English, not my English. Sumi's British English, she meant. And she says, I'd like to know how long you were in England and from what age. Can you answer her question?
Yes. Well, first of all, thank you very much. And I shall thank my parents for sending me to an English school. Well, I moved to the UK when I was 10 and stayed there for a very, very long time. But I've been back and forth, so in total maybe about 19 years.
Long time.
Long time. But I first went to a Japanese school in London, and let me tell you, my English was non-existent. I could hardly write alphabets. And the first thing I learned also was this is a pen.
You're kidding.
And then this is an orange. And then this is an apple. So there you go.
Look how she improved herself.
Yes, I think I've turned out well. Okay, thank you very much for your messages. And that's all we have time for today. Thanks for listening again, and we hope to find you again next week to read more messages from listeners around the world and play your favorite songs. Thank you, Kimie-san.
Thank you.
See you next month.
Yes.
And listeners, please write to us. Enjoy your weekend and see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.